Hey y'all, it's me. I'm still in here in the midst of all this chaos, and I thought that, and the dog's gonna bark. Um, I thought I'd just bring you along if you're interested. I'm not really interested in other people's messes, so if you don't watch this one, believe me, you won't hurt my feelings. But if any of you saw the short a little while ago, I was explaining that I'm in the process of kind of moving the world around in a circle in my home. I'm moving, I'm in the process of cleaning the basement, which I've been working on for the last week or so. But I'm clearing out an area to build a tool room. And eventually I'll have my grow room down there as well. But the tool room, I've got to move all of the things from where they're at now in the laundry room downstairs to the designated tool area. And then I'm building a pantry in the laundry area where the tool room is currently. And that will be right next to my kitchen, be a convenient location. And it'll give me an opportunity to kind of clean out cabinets and put things in there because Hugh has been working on his cabinets that for the kitchen, and that will just make the whole process easier if there's not lots of things in the cabinets that each time have to be moved out. Be a little inconvenient for a while, but hopefully the whole remodel will be finished, I'm going to say 6 months, because I'd like for it to be finished in 2 months, but I've learned from years and years of experience to kind of triple what your expectation is. Okay, but so anyway, then somehow I got started in here. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but I'm going to go with it because it's sloppy wet outside. When I was taking care of my chickens this morning, I slid around just like it was on ice. It's not ice, it's just mud, and mud here is so slick. It's, that clay mud. So any of y'all that are familiar with that. But anyway, I decided I'm not going to try working out in the dog lot today. I need more wood. Hugh's in the process of sawing more wood for me anyway. And so that one will be done when it's just a little less muddy outside, so I don't have to risk falling. Our dog lot is on a slope, and around the perimeter, of course, where they run and bark, they have made, just a area where there's no grass, and it's slick. So anyway, that gives me an excuse to work inside on this snowy day. Let me show you this. There's just a little bit of snow in our mountains. Not much, but a little bit. It's pretty when it just kind of skips down like that. But anyway, I won't show you the dog lot back here. I've got to got to help Aiden clean up his dogs. They tear up the world. Well, they don't tear things up so much as they just carry everything outside that they can get their hands on. So, but while I was in the process of cleaning out my cabinet over in the corner, I ran across some little paintings that I had stuck in there from just years and years ago, and I thought I'll share those with my buddies while I'm taking a break. So anyway, let me grab them down here and put them in the light a little better. This little painting is just a real quick study that I did, probably about 10 years ago when I was just trying some small, fast things. It was kind of my painting in a day period, and I just wanted to see what I could do real quickly. So anyway, that was just a real quick study, and it was fun. And so just kind of a real dark, thick wooded area. It was the middle of the day, but it was just the day itself, or the woods were so thick and just a real dense canopy that it looked really dark back in past those trees. And the trees, what fascinated me were the trees were so blue looking. So that was kind of a fun little painting. And these two paintings, I was actually in the process of maybe getting ready for a small, we have in our art council here in Haywood County, hope you're seeing that, we have something that's called It's a Small World, and we have just tiny little paintings that are on display, usually several hundred by the different area artists. And I just didn't end up being involved that year. But both of those are just overlooks in our area. So, but you can see they've been packed away for so long, my frames have gotten damaged and everything. I've got to do a little touch up if I ever intend to do anything with them. Now this painting, or this isn't a painting, this is a print of one of my early paintings. And you can see that it has came loose from the matting, so it has slid down. If I ever have the intention of doing something with that one, I will definitely have to take it loose and re-tape it to the mat board. And that's a big job. That's a bigger job than I enjoy. So it'll probably just go back in a closet. But that one is called Behind Davis's. And I painted that probably when Jared was about 12 years old, because I had brought him over. We lived in Canton at the time, and I had brought him over, let me see, either for a homeschool group meetup or for his piano tutorial. But either way, we were early, and so we just drove down this little road that was behind a family that we know their last name is Davis, and went down behind their house down a road probably a couple miles. And this just ended up being kind of an interesting January day. So that one's just named Behind the Davises. And this painting, the original of this painting was actually, this is just a print, about, let me see, about 3.5 by 7 feet wide. It was a very large piece. It hung in the North Carolina Arboretum for probably about 4 years because I had taken it over there just prior to Jared's passing, and I left it, and they were happy to keep it there as long as I wanted to leave it, they said. And so, and I should have just left it. I don't know. I ended up bringing it home, and it ended up just getting in the way. And well, I won't tell you what I ended up doing with it because it was during a very depressed time. But anyway, I do have the print. And this painting was also about 7 feet wide, and it was just an overlook on a very late evening. The colors were actually that intense. They were pretty impressive. And so I enjoyed painting that one. It's pretty simple, actually. I just kind of kept it real simplistic, but it was the colors. It was the colors that made me happy. But anyway, that's another one that we won't discuss it. But anyway, that's just kind of what I'm doing. I ran across those, and I thought some of my people might be interested in that. Let me just bring. Now I'm getting ready to clean my windows and mop my floors and start bringing some of my office furniture in here and just get her done. I just need to have this room put together so that I can go back and do the things I really need to do. Do y'all ever just kind of postpone one job by getting involved in another job? And I don't know how that happens. I'm telling you, I really don't know how that happens. It's definitely ADHD, brain fog type thing. And Chelsea, of course, she's in school for a psychology degree, and that's kind of been her goal for many, many years. So she's right now in the process of getting her master's with the intention of getting her PhD. And my kids all very ADHD, and Chelsea is high functioning autistic. I think I've told y'all that before, and she doesn't mind me sharing that. But she is always running by me, the things that she's learning about autism and ADHD, And even with my brain fog issues and getting more and more clumsy, I told her one day, I said, you know, honey, I hope that that isn't a sign of cognitive decline. I had read at one point that people, as they get older, they become more and more klutzy, and it's disturbing at times how klutzy I get. And she said, well, Mom, she said, with you, actually, she said, it's kind of more part of your ADHD, and it does have to do with you're getting older. It's a menopausal thing, because as your estrogen increases, it does mess with the ADHD symptoms. So I said, well, I'll go with that. And I had actually talked to my doctor about 2 years ago. I used to take the Adderall for ADHD, for concentration, especially when I needed to paint, because it did help me just concentrate. And at some point, I just decided I didn't want to be on a medication that, was a controlled substance. There was just something, and my kids are. I mean, it's nothing that I have a moral issue with. It was for me personally, for myself. So I took myself off of it and just began trying to implement other ways of coping and staying on track. But about 2 years ago, I asked my doctor, because I felt like I could really probably use, especially when I was trying to get involved in painting again, I just couldn't. I couldn't concentrate long enough to get anything done. So I asked my doctor if he would write me a prescription for my Adderall. And he said, no, you're too old. I said, too old to think? He said, no, Adderall does have some, I think it's called contraindications or something like that. And part of it, it can cause, with your heart, it can cause issues. And so he just didn't feel like I needed to be on something that high powered. So he gave me something else that just kind of kept me irritated. So I said, I'm not even going to try. I'll just write my multitude of lists and hope that I see them when I need to see them. And I'll just do the best I can and just call it good enough. And so that's what I do. So if y'all get frustrated with me because I get involved in one job and then Aaron does the same thing. I know y'all are just, you're thinking this family just, they fly by the seat of their pants. We do. But we get a lot done. It's just not all in the order maybe that it should get done. But just be aware that we're all just highly ADHD, and we function the best we can, and that's just it. But I did want to just chat with y'all that would be interested in my mess. And as the day goes on, I'll do a few shorts and just show you the progress. And I know y'all probably are interested in my mess. I'm not interested in anybody else's mess. I already said that. But we're sisters, a few brothers out there too. And sometimes I wish that y'all could post videos back to me. I just wish that there was some way we could just, I don't know, have FaceTime. I know that's called, on this, it's called doing lives, but that's not even what I'm talking about, because with a live, I'm still doing most of the talking, and if y'all type your little answer, I don't hear your voice, and I can't see you personally, and to me, it's just a little frustrating. I don't know how to fix that, but know that I think about y'all when you write your comments to me. I have an amazing imagination, so I visualize what you're telling me, and so maybe I do see into your lives just a little bit. But I love y'all, and I will see y'all later in a short. Take care. Bye-bye.